Hello everyone. So glad you dropped by our studio today and hope you're enjoying our painting. We're doing a special painting. I'm trying to tell exactly how I do a painting. It's not the only way to do one. It's just the way that normally most of the time I do one. And come over to the board and we'll show you what we're working on right now. I'm taking a fan brush and I'm adding some background trees, and you can put as many or as few, and little ones in the background. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and just finish these out. Like so. Now, if you notice, when I pull down like this, that's forming the shape of the mountain in the background there. Some of these little trees, I may do a different color back in there, I'm not sure. I'm filling in the bottom a little bit more here. I'll probably do the same over there. I want it to be a little more solid at the bottom. Or I guess I should say darker, right? I'm sort of sketching. If you, I'm deciding that that river should come down and maybe go around this way. And I'm going to blend that in a little bit on the bottom there. Yeah, that's about what I had in mind. Now over here, I'm probably going to come around don't know if I want it that wide or not, but you can change that anytime you want to. Maybe about like that. And that's just a rough sketch. That may change as we go along. Now all of this we may put all of this is probably just open field. Maybe a grazing area or something where the cattle graze. I'm not sure. Now that's just sort of a sketch. You can sort of get a general idea of about what we're trying to do. And you can change any of that anytime you want to, because you can just paint right over it. Okay, now that's the start of that. But I need this darker, and I may put in a barn there. Let me get this background first. I'm mixing that up just a little bit more. Wiping my knife off a little bit. I want to paint the background there, so I'm going to get a little help. I'm going to do a bigger brush, okay? That'll do it a little faster. You can finish it with the other brush, but now I'm just getting dark color in here because the light color will show up better. I love that color. Now let's do some over here. We'll just put this in. We can change this and put different colors in there. But to make it simple, I'm just going to do it. For right now, I'm just going to do this dark color, greenish color. I about used all of that color, haven't I? Okay, I'm going to pick this up a little bit. Main reason I'm doing that is I don't want to get it all over my board down here. And I'm not sure about the colors in that area. I picked up a little of the Van Dyke Brown. Just to add a little color to it. Now I'm going to clean my brush out a little bit. Tap it on the sides. Clean it out a little bit on my paper towels. Now I'm going to clean this brush out. That's a great fan brush. I'm going to go ahead and add a little detail. Actually, to this whole area. Let me grab a little color. Now I just picked up a little bit of my cadmium yellow. Mixed it right with the dark color. And I'm not sure how light I want it. Let's try a little of that. Just see what happens. It might be a little light to start with. Again, I'm just doing it right on the ends. You see, I'm just adding the background color, and I'm taking the brush, filling it right on the end, just right on the tip edge of it. And I'm taking, just pushing it right straight into the canvas. But I'm coming downhill with it, if you notice, because this is sort of a hill. And I'm going all the way down. Now, what I'm adding now is just background color. It's not the final highlight color. So I'll go ahead and do this whole side. And I'll put the grass growing right over the edge. This is just to give you some idea of what we're trying to do. It's not the finish highlight, it's just a secondary highlight. Now, I hope you can see that. I can see it really well from here. I'm going to the other side. I want to do almost the same thing over here. There'll be some spots that I will actually highlight more where the sun is coming through. Now I could go back in here. Let me just do a couple here. I could go back in here and add a little highlight to the trees. Just a little of that. You wouldn't want a whole lot of it. Now, that's about all you need over there. Same thing over here. I'll just go ahead and add a little bit to these to start with. Don't want much detail in those backgrounds. And the reason you don't is it takes away from what you foreground, where you want the focus to be. Now I'm going sort of fast now. You can do this real fast. I've done the other side a little slow. Maybe to help you decide how you're going to do your painting. Now, what we can do is start with our water. And water usually reflects what's under it and what's around it. If it's real low, it reflects a lot more of what's under it. If it's high water, then it reflects usually what's surrounding it. And I'm just brushing something in here. We'll probably change that somewhat as we go. Now, if you notice, I'm just taking my brush and pulling it straight down into the water. And what that's done, that's given me the reflection, you see. We'll go back and outline all of this, but basically that's how you get your reflection. I'm going to do the basic same thing here. Now I'm just taking the tip of the brush now and pulling sideways. Okay, now, big decision. We've got to decide what we're going to do with the rest of our area here. I want to fill in just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Now, I said a few minutes ago we might put a barn in there. We can do that now or later. I may add some bigger trees first. And run up into here a little bit, I believe. Let's do that. You want to? Okay, in order to do that, we need a dark color. I'm getting a lot of sap green and a lot of Payne's gray. And a lot of times you can't tell on your palette exactly what color you've got. So let's just take a little bit. Now I'm going to add a lot of detail around the edge of this water. Like that, and I'll pull that down also. But back to the tree situation. I'm going to add some trees in here, then I think we'll probably put some kind of barn or something here. Let's start pretty close to the edge. Oh man. Might as well put another one there. I don't want to go down too far because I believe I want my barn to sit right here. I may cut that one off a little bit right there. Yeah, right there. Let's do one more. You want to? All right. I'm going to cut that one off right there. Okay. Now let's go to the other side. May put some bushes in there too, I'm not sure. Let's go right here. I'm going to put about 4 of them little trees over here. Pick up more color. By the way, I'm just taking the edge of the brush and making the tops of it, and then as I go down, I'm laying the brush down. Almost filling it in solid there. Okay. Now, rinse that out. Oh, clean that out good. Now, I'm going to lay that right there because I'm going to use it again just in a minute. But right now, I'm going to mix up, take a little of the, I call it chrome yellow. It's not exactly chrome, but I'm going to take a little red. I'm going to take a little white. Now, I've mixed up a little color there that's, we may put a bunch of rocks in our creek too. I'd love to do those rocks. Now I'm going to grab a little of that on the knife. Just a little roll. Another little roll. We're beginning now to add some of the final highlight detail. All right. And we may add a little of that somewhere around here. I'll just do a little spot here. But I'll probably add some rocks and stuff around there, okay? I'm gonna wipe that off a little bit. Clean it, because I may use it for something else real quick. All right, now, we're starting our highlights, so let's go ahead and do some more work on the trees. I'm gonna grab a little of the yellow. I believe I wanted it a little bit brighter than that, so I'm gonna add just a touch more. By the way, about every color on the canvas is a mixed color. It's not taken out of the tube. That don't make any difference now. I'm not saying that because it's a bad or good thing. I believe I want that just a touch brighter. That should be a pretty good touch. Okay. Now what I've done, I've just picked up a little thinner. And made the color a little thinner. It would not go on the way I wanted it to. So if you remember this, thin color will go over wet color better than thick color. I'm going to wash that brush out a little more because I believe I'm getting a little matter of fact, let me see if I got a cleaner one. It just so happens I have. Let's try that one. I don't like the way that's working, so I'm going to drop it down here. Try this one. That looks like a good one. If not, I'll grab that one. That probably has been cleaned. Sometimes the brushes are just not working like you like them to. Oh yeah, now we're going. Now we're going. Let's go to the other side. and start that one. A little more color. A little more color. Is my time up, Jim? I'm telling you, it can't be. Hey, I'm enjoying this so much that I'll run over and I apologize. Anyhow, come back next week and we'll work a little more on our picture. Goodbye and God bless.